friends, it's just me, Rodie, and I am back with another What I Eat in a Day video for you. I have been quite ill. I'm happy to say that I hope, anyway, that I'm on the mend. I did go to the urgent care on Thursday. I wasn't able to see my own primary, so I went there instead, and I was given steroids, prednisone pills, and a higher 850 milligrams twice a day of the amoxicillin. So she raised it from the 500 that I normally get because I needed it. The infection was going into my chest. Anyway, enough of that. I'm just trying to give you the where I'm at kind of thing. I feel like it's been a while since I've even made a video. Everything is a blur to me. Actually, I think I've been sick for 3 weeks now. It all started with sniffles, and I thought it was allergies, and that's just me. I get that once at least a year, sometimes twice in the fall and in the spring. It starts with allergies and ends up being a pretty bad sinus infection. So, that being as it may be, that's the backstory to where I've been, and I've had a busy week on top of all of that. And so it is Saturday. It is raining out. It's really nasty and it's cold. It's yuck. And so that makes you even feel kind of like you just want to be under the blankets with a cup of hot tea. So here I am. What have I done so far today? I have eaten one banana, which you're not going to see in the video, and I've had my coffee, and I've tracked my 30 calories for my almond milk for the day. The banana is a power food on the Grow Plan, which I am on. If you haven't been around, I am on the Grow Plan with Karen, and it is basically an intuitive eating plan. It really focuses on eating what are called power foods, as opposed to eating foods which are high in calories, usually due to having high fat, high sugar, high flour content. To put it as simply, your baked goods, your breads, things like that. Things that we would normally say, well, if I'm going to choose a healthier food, it's usually the things we count calories for. It's the ones that we would say is not necessarily a healthy food. So, it is very much like Slimming World in the sense that the power foods are essentially, to me anyway, I could be wrong, all of your speed foods and your free and protein foods on Nutrisystem. I have Nutrisystem on my brain. On Slimming World, and what would be foods that are SIND. And your A's and B's are those that you would track as calories instead. I get 500 a day, 3,500 a week. If you want to look at it as a weekly total, which right now I'm mentioning that is because Karen mentioned in our group meeting last week that you could also look at it as a weekly calorie budget. And I think that for my lifestyle right now, for my busier days where I am eating, I mentioned Nutrisystem. For those of you who are not aware of what that is, Nutrisystem is the plan that Marie Osmond is the spokesperson for here in the United States. And it is basically prepackaged food. Some are shelf stable, some are frozen. And you follow that plan and you eat. And then you do what are called flex meals, which are meals that you make yourself. Probably you do 10 flex meals, 6 flex meals a week. And then you also add in your own snacks, things like yogurt, cheese sticks, and like that. So I was on that plan for almost a year. I've done it twice before that, and I really, really liked it. But I, again, wanted to get back to eating more whole foods, plant-based. And so that is what led me down the road to doing Slimming World again and to now be doing the Grow Plan, which I think is very much more well-suited to me and my lifestyle. I don't necessarily want to eat bread every day. I don't necessarily want to eat cheese every day. Do I like my yogurt? Yes, but yogurt is also a power food on the Grow Plan, as well as being a free and protein food, I believe, on the Slimming World Plan. So I don't need A's and B's every day. I don't need to have SIND foods every day. So if I do, I have my budget of 500 calories that I can buy from to have those foods. And on days, so there's not really those extra rules. This makes it much simpler for me. Again, it's a personal thing. You can call a calorie by any other name you want. You can call it by an amount of points, an amount of sins, an A or a B, healthy extras. A calorie is a calorie. So, yes, the intuitive eating part takes the tracking part away from those foods that are healthier. And I'm going to call most of those foods one ingredient foods. They don't necessarily have to be. Things like macaroni are not considered a whole food. And that is a power food on this Grow Plan, as well as being a free food on the Slim Grow Plan. But then we bring in the part about the looking at the calories that all of the foods have in them. Kieran, in the Grow manual that we have, has everything based out with by 100 grams of what the calories would be. And his suggestion is to choose those foods on those lists that are going to be less calories in order to protect your weight loss and to help you lose weight quicker. So we're not encouraged at all to eat these 500 calories that I get. Other people get more than I do. Men get more. Like if you're a man in a certain weight, the lowest you'll get is 750 calories a day to use. But again, our conversations in group are not about, okay, how are we going to eat these 500 calories or whatever your calorie allotment is for the day? How are we going to start our day thinking about that? No, it is, let's save them. Let's pretend we don't even have them maybe. Let's just move them aside. Yeah, they're there to be used. If you want to use them, if you want to put cheese on your macaroni, if you want to do, make yourself a pizza on a pita bread, you can do that. Nobody's telling you can't. If you want to have a slice of pizza and you've had enough calories to have it in your bank of calories for the day, then you can have that. If you want a piece of cake, you can have that. But the focus isn't on spending that amount of calories. It's on not spending that and focusing more on eating these other foods that are much healthier for us and that will help us in maintaining our weight loss, getting the pounds off, protecting our weight loss. So anyway, I'm going to show you some things that I prepped. I didn't do much prep, but I did do some this morning. And my reason for doing that is so that I have some things that I can grab and go. The one thing I loved about Nutrisystem is never having to worry about, other than buying yogurt and fruits, fresh vegetables, because we eat a lot of that on that plan as well. I didn't have to think about an entree. And I love the idea of having a little bit of food prep. Not so much that I'm going to end up throwing it out. Like I'll make 2 to 3 potatoes at a time, usually a Japanese sweet and a couple of Idaho or any other type of white potato I might be having. Yukon Gold, whatever. I have a couple so that because that way I can just take it. I've made a double batch of beans for myself. Maybe a soup that you can just have ready. Just those little things in addition to your shopping list, which on the Grow Plan, we do have a shopping list to go by, a suggested shopping list. And I'm sure that if you've been a person who's tried to lose weight long enough, you certainly know what goes on the shopping list. You know, things like having your vegetables in. I like to buy a lot of frozen vegetables. They're very handy to me. The steamable packs, 6 minutes, they're done in the microwave. That's very helpful to me, especially for dinners. And then again, I also love my salad. So I usually buy all the things that I like to put in my salads in addition to the salad. And I make my own dressing. So I always try, even though it takes 5 minutes, to have at least a bottle, because now James is also having that on his salad. So we always have that prepped pretty much and ready to go, to make things easier, to make sure that I stay on plan, because the last thing you want to do is not be ready with what it is you need to be eating, including packing and taking with you. And if you go all the way back to my Nutrisystem days in my channel, I have always shown pack and go as being critical part of your weight loss journey. Because if you're not prepared when you go out there in the world to have, let's say you get stuck somewhere and you don't have anything with you, and here we are, that's the perfect setup for us to just go off, you know, take a side road off the journey. And then we're not protecting our weight loss. And then we are not having a good result on our scale. And then we are really, really frustrated and sometimes even depressed. So these little things will help you along your way. In the beginning, you may find it difficult, even with the weighing and the measuring. And, you know, trust me, once you get used to all of those little things and you incorporate them into your life, and you know, there's something called habit stacking, good habit stacking. You know, you connect one habit to an old habit that's a good habit that you have, to try to get yourself used to another good habit that you want to add on. So you do one thing and then you add on another thing and you keep on adding, and before you know it, I guarantee you in 3 months or less, you'll just be doing it all the time. It does not take even maybe less than 3 months, but to be really part of your life, it has to be something that you really, really want. Obviously, you want to be healthy and have longevity and not be in a wheelchair having longevity. So if you have that in your mind, your why, foremost in your mind, whatever your why is, all these things will become very important to you. And as you go forward, you will get used to. This is Leela. She has to be in every video when I'm in this room. Hi, Lee. You will incorporate these habits in, and they'll be like second nature to you, just as they are to me. I am nobody special. If I can do it, trust me, you can do it, and do it even better than I'm doing it. I guarantee you. You just have to make a choice. Every day we get up and we make choices. And one of your choices needs to be you are important to yourself and others around you, and you need to be focused on taking care of yourself. I know it is not easy to do. It is not always, it's not fun to do, maybe. Okay? It's easier to just keep on going and not think about, you know, this poor woman in one of my Weight Watchers groups that a friend of mine runs. Her name is Stacy. She was just uprooting herself from the Northeast area, I believe, to go down to the South because her sister became very ill suddenly. So she went through this whole thing of getting herself together so she could move. And she wasn't, I don't believe she was in this area, in the Northeast area, very long. And what happened to her? She was driving along, and all of a sudden she got severe shortness of breath. She got anxiety and panic, and she had a massive heart attack in her car. She is now extremely, extremely debilitated from this heart attack, never to fully recover from it. She was on a keto diet, and I'm not bashing keto. That's not my purpose in telling you. But this is what she's saying. The reason is that this happened to her. She's turning 65, and she has never had a heart problem in her life. She had no heart problem. She was on a very low dose of a blood pressure pill. No history of anything. She is lucky to be alive. So my point in telling you this is it can happen to any one of us. So take good care of yourself. Do your best that you can. She thought she was taking good care of herself. She really was doing her best. But unfortunately, that plan did not work in her favor. And so talk with your doctor, consult about what it is that you should be eating, consult a dietitian, someone who's licensed and registered, not some fly-by-night person who calls himself, you know, a health guru, a real person, someone that is accredited in the area where you live, someone that maybe you could find out, get a recommendation from other people, read reviews, educate yourself about them before you go to them, who can really, really help you in getting yourself together, because sometimes we do need to ask for help and we need to go to the right people to get it. Anyway, I'm going to turn you around now. I'm going to start off the video by showing you these couple of things that I prepped. Pardon me, my hair is in my face. And then we'll go on from there to see what else I'm going to have, because right now in this moment, I don't even know myself. Thank you for watching. I'm probably going to come up to say goodbye, but in case I don't, I'll thank you all once again who subscribed to me for doing so, and for those who are stopping in, I hope that you will decide to do so as well. That way you'll get notified every time I upload, and you can decide whether or not you'd like to watch. In the meantime, let's see how this day turns out for me. Turn you around now. Here is some of the food that I've prepped for today. I should say prepped today for the week. So I have 2 Idaho potatoes and 1 Japanese sweet potato. I made a double batch of my version of UK baked beans. I have some carrots and a piece of butternut squash. And in here I have some roasted zucchini and peppers that I season with Mrs. Dash and some olive oil cooking spray. That'll come in handy as well. And now let me show you what else I have on the stove. Okay, here I have a soup that I made. This has carrots, it has roasted red pepper, butternut squash, vegetable stock, and some Mrs. Dash seasoning. And I also added in a chopped up onion and some lazy garlic or minced garlic that you buy in the jar. So I'll probably add more vegetables to this. I also pureed it with my Braun immersion blender, and it tastes really good. It's sweet, actually. So this will come in handy for the week. And then back here I have a large pot of marinara sauce that Jim and I will be sharing. And here I've made some penne, whole wheat penne, which I normally don't have, but I thought, I'll have something different. Maybe I'll have this with some tuna fish and corn. I've seen many people eat that and enjoy it, and it sounds good to me because we all know I love my corn. And then back here I have a chicken breast, which I will then use to shred up and probably add to my soup or to a salad or something like that. So that's my little bit of prep for the week so far. Here I have my lunch for today, which is also very large. It's going to take me a long while to eat, but I have only eaten a banana today, so I'm not worried about it. And I'm really not feeling well, so this is going to actually be very good for me, I think. In here, I have taken some of that soup that I prepped. I've added 4 ounces of chicken, about 6 ounces of a cut up potato, previously cooked. I took about a cup of Asian vegetable stir fry mix and I microwaved it with some peas, and that's in here as well. And then of course the soup. And this on the grow plan is all Power Food, therefore I do not have to track anything. Power Foods are zero count. I'm gonna go enjoy this now. Perfect for a rainy day. Cold rainy day, that is. Here's my dinner for tonight. I have one medium-sized Japanese sweet potato topped with some of my homemade beans and 65 calories worth of Velveeta shreds, which is about 30 grams, and a side of baby carrots, which I have seasoned with the Tones maple garlic seasoning, which is 0 count. The potato and beans are 0 count, and Power Foods. And if I eat anything else this evening, it will be some of this cantaloupe with maybe some fat-free plain yogurt. We'll see how it goes. It's already about 7:30. The soup took me quite a long time to eat. I actually had most of it, and then I had the rest of it for a snack this afternoon. So I'm going to go eat this now, and that'll do it for dinner. Well, hello there, my friends. I am back. It is now Sunday morning, and it is October the 15th, and I made it through yesterday wonderfully. And I'm happy to report that I only used 115 calories. What I'm going to do is show you how I am going to do my weekly calorie tracking, hoping that it will make it easier for me on my busier days when I'm eating more calorie counted foods, which in my case is Nutrisystem. So last night I had a rice cake and I had a cheese stick. After dinner I also had the melon. I had 1 slice of melon left, and yeah, so I did it. No night eating, even though I'm on steroids. I did have trouble sleeping because I mistakenly took my steroids too late yesterday. You're supposed to take them early morning. This morning at 5:30 I took them because I really want to sleep tonight. That is never good. Lack of sleep releases a hormone which causes us to eat more, believe it or not. Can't remember the name of that. Ghrelin? No. Ghrelin? Anyway, so I'm going to plug in right here for you my daily tally on the Nutricheck app right here so you can see it. At the bottom is where you see what I have left for the day from the 500. You'll see that I also took out 1,000 calories at the breakfast time, and I just put delete 1,000 calories because the Nutricheck app doesn't go lower than 1,200, so I kept it at 1,500 where it normally would be for me, and that way I just take 1,000 off you can go where the 3 bars are and click and just do a quick add-in, and it allows you to do that, in case you didn't know. Nutricheck has a lot of nice features. I really enjoy using that app. So anyway, yeah, that's it, kids. Wish me luck today. I hope to film today and have another one up for you tomorrow, because I do have the time, and I'm not sure at this point in time what today's food will be, and I'm sure that you'll see that video on Monday. And on Tuesday, you'll probably see my weigh-in video and group chat, or I should say, my chat with you about what happens in group. That makes more sense. Anyway, I hope that you're all doing well out there. Please do something good for yourself today. It's important. And I also hope that you'll all be well. That is my wish for all of you, as it is for myself. If there's anything I can do to help you ever, just please put it in the comments or send me an email. My email is in the description box of just about every video that I put up. And if you want information about the Grow Plan, there's a link in there that you can follow. I believe you can just click on it and it will take you to the website where the Grow App website is, and you can always chat during the weekday in the UK, in the Wales, and also in the US. They're 5 hours ahead of us, so at least if you're in the Eastern Standard Time zone, which is where I am in New York. And yeah, that's it. I'm really excited. Pardon me, I'm having a sip. Trying not to slurp because you can hear everything. I'm having decaf because the steroids are giving me a headache. So I've had only 1 cup of high test, as I call it, at 5:30 this morning. It is now 8:33. So I'm just having this decaf because I think that caffeine is probably not a good mix with steroids. I don't know. Anyway, so here you'll see now, as I'm closing out, I almost forgot, a tally for the week. So I'm going to try and do this and share it with you, and we'll see how it works out. If it doesn't work, then I'll go back to just looking at 500 a day. Because on my busy days, I tend to use more than the 500, because when you are using calorie counted foods, you track them at half. So if it's Slimming World meal, it's tracked at half the calories. If it's calorie counted, which is I think a brand called Calorie Counted, I'm not quite sure, I haven't investigated yet, and they're tracked at half. So I am also doing that. So naturally, if I'm having 3 meals a day and a Nutrisystem snack, it kind of becomes, but that's not bad because I get 500, even though, as I said, I'm stressing you're strongly discouraged from using them if at all possible. In my case, what I'm trying to do, I'm working the plan. And that is what this is called, as per my coach, Karen, who's helped me so much so far. And what a nice young man. And I'm very happy to be working with him. He's really very encouraging. And I think that if you're looking for the things that I'm looking for your journey to getting healthier, I think that it's really not a bad idea to check out this plan. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at how different it is from anything else you've done. Although it is extremely similar to Slimming World, there are differences. And when you have 15 pounds or less to lose, I think if you're having a struggle, I'm not putting down Slimming World plan. I think it's tremendous and wonderful. I think it has so many great things about it. I won't put that plan down. At this point in the game for me, though, if I'm going to feel like I'm not following a plan and have that guilt over me, that just ends up causing me to go off plan. And if I don't have 2 healthy extra A's and a B every day, even though some people don't do that, I feel like this plan is not working for me because I'm not following it. So, and it also does not fit in well with my Nutrisystem food, where now this plan fits in beautifully. So I am not encouraging eating processed foods. However, if you have to everybody has to make their own plan that works for them. The bottom line is that you be successful in getting healthier, whatever your plan is. And that's what I'm doing. I'm working this plan according to my life. So if you are struggling and you have 15 pounds or less, or even more, I mean, there are people who struggle on Slimming World who have 100 pounds to lose. It's not, all plans are not meant for all people. That does not mean that that plan is not an absolutely great plan. It is. Um, but again, if you're struggling, I think I always encourage people, if you've been on something for a while, I don't discourage you and tell you to leave that plan, but I also encourage you to re examine what you're doing with that plan. Because sometimes people just keep on trying and trying and they fault themselves when it's not them. It is just that in this moment in time, you know, I've seen people go from Slimming World to calorie counting and then go back to Slimming World and back to calorie counting. Sometimes I think that has to happen. You need a switch. You need something. But then again, when they're calorie counting, unless they are a member of the weight loss company over in the UK and elsewhere in the world, because you can be in that part of that as a member wherever you are. I was, and I'm in New York. You lose then your support system. And I have to say, if you're calorie counting, look into the weight loss company. It is well worth joining. And if you're looking for a combo plan where you are trying to really go toward healthy eating and whole food eating, but you still have times when you need to incorporate in or find a way to live your life, which I think is reality. I don't think anything extreme really is sustainable for very long. Then I think that the Grow Plan, which gives you lots and lots of support without being in person for your weigh-ins, although you can be if you're in Wales, in certain parts of Wales. But for right now, for me, I am not in Wales. I'm not planning on living there anytime soon. So I find this person to be a tremendous asset to people. And he was a Slimming World coach. So he has been through that journey. And he is serious about helping people, like going up above and beyond. I don't know how he does as much as he does. And he's also planning on expanding and enlisting other people who are like-minded and think in the way that he does, obviously, if they're like-minded, and being able to extend himself to us through other people, which is entirely possible. There are great people walking around that can help other people. So at some point, I'm sure as he grows, he will have to do that. But for now, he's running 2 groups on Mondays, which are 7 a.m. New York time and 2 p.m. New York time. So wherever you are in the world, you can figure out what times that is. Just go by the New York time. And if either of those fits you, then hey, it's a chat away. You know what I mean? I'm not promoting this because I'm making money from it. I'm not interested in making money from it. I'm just interested in sharing information so that other people have options that maybe they wouldn't know about. Pardon Leela's tale. If I didn't share it with them. Hey, it was shared with me through Karen of A Bit of Kaza. If she didn't share it, I would never know about it. Just like Kioska Sarah shared about the weight loss company. I never would have known about them. So people have channels. They share information. It's up to people who are watching to decide whether or not it's helpful. That's all I can say. So on that note, I'm going to say goodbye now. And I'm going to send you hugs as I always do. And hope that you do something good for yourself today. Be well, my friends. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you again soon.